Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. We begin with breaking news that happened this afternoon. Patriots owner Robert Kraft charged in Florida prostitution sting. Let's take a listen to this video from WMUR News 9, Mike Cherry.
Out the door when it matters most. For more than a decade, he's been right there, everywhere. And when American jobs are on the line, he leads the charge. ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast, and we thank you.
Yeah, Aaron, as of right now, investigators are saying that Patriots owner Robert Kraft is among 25 men that were caught on police surveillance video at a one-day spa in Jupiter, Florida. They say that they caught Kraft on video receiving sex acts involving, again, 25 suspects. All the men were caught by the police surveillance cameras receiving some sort of act. Now, at a press conference that ended just moments ago, investigators were asked whether video shows Robert Kraft in the room receiving the alleged acts. The speaker says yes. Asked whether this is Robert Kraft, the owner of the New England Patriots, the speaker again says yes. Of course, this is a developing story, so stay tuned to WMUR on air and online for the latest information. Reporting live in the newsroom, Mike Cherry, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that report from WMUR News 9, Mike Cherry. Kraft could face disciplinary from NFL aimed prostitution scandal. Let's take a listen to this video from WCVB.
Know that Robert Kraft, the owner of the Patriots, solicited sex at least 2 times from a local massage parlor, I should say, just about a few miles away from where I'm currently standing. I think I heard you say that in Florida this is charged as a misdemeanor crime. So generally the way that this would work is for the other 24 offenders here in Florida, they would be solicited a mail order, really, to appear in court. But the way that it works for people who live out of state, particularly in Massachusetts, is that the sheriff's office is now working on an arrest warrant to bring Mr. Kraft either back to Florida or to have some representation, either a lawyer or someone else similar in that situation as well. So again, we know that he was involved in this at least 2 times, misdemeanor charge. There's an arrest warrant out for him right now, and we know with those 2 separate occurrences that he visited the massage parlor at least 2 times at about an hour each. And in this case, there's 4 women who are charged with running this whole Operation Sting, and then of course Robert Kraft now a part of that as well. There, as I mentioned, he's 12th on the list here of 25 total possible suspects, him being the most prominent. We thought maybe there might be some possible golfers on that list as well. Of course, in Palm Beach we have the PGA National Tour here, but at this point Robert Kraft on that list is the most prominent person, and the sheriff's office is telling us that they're working to get us more information in terms of what actual time frame he visited the massage parlors in those 2 instances as well.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And we will keep you updated on this information as this is still developing news. Once we get more information, we will share it with all of you. But again, this broke this afternoon today, and still details are still trickling in. Now let's get to some other news. Crews hit milestone in restoration of centuries-old church meeting house. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
centuries of history getting new life in Derry as a multi-million-dollar restoration project hits a milestone. This is what you're going to see at the First Parish Church Meeting House. A new lantern topping the reconstructed belfry with its bell inside. These renovations are happening as the congregation marks 300 years of worship and community service.
It's one of the earliest meeting houses that we've had the opportunity to really have a chance to restore to its fullest potential. It's just an incredible experience to put this stuff together.
It becomes important to not only maintain it historically, but to keep it in good order for use by the community and the church.
Crews will continue working on the detailing of that belfry until it and the rest of the steeple are lifted onto the tower this spring. But quintessential New England, seeing a steeple rising from a town, right?
It sure is, and kudos to the crew for working through the winter, too. Not easy.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. New Hampshire trooper stops 20 snow-covered vehicles in just 3 hours. Same trooper issued 17 Jessica Law tickets last week. A New Hampshire state trooper stopped 20 vehicles in just 3 hours Thursday while enforcing Jessica's Law. Since 2002, New Hampshire drivers have been legally required to clear snow and ice off their cars before getting on the road. Jessica's Law was passed after Jessica Smith was killed when ice from a tractor trailer hit a box truck that ended up hitting her car. Drivers who violate the law face fines of $250 to $500 for the first offense and $500 to $1,000 for multiple offenses. The Troop B trooper is the same one who issued 17 Jessica Law tickets in just a 4-hour period last week, police said. Police posted a photo of one of the vehicles to social media, adding that they hope it serves as a reminder for drivers to clear ice and snow off their cars. And take a look at that photo. As you can see, this photo right here. Remember to clean that snow and ice off the car. It is very important to do so. Rochester store robbed for a second time in 2 months. Let's take a listen to the video from WMUR News 9.
Now, police are looking for this suspect in a Rochester robbery. Officers say that he demanded money from the clerk at George and Ed's General Store last night while pointing what appeared to be this pistol. No one was hurt, but investigators hope you can help them track down this suspect.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Boston police officer shot, suspect dead after traffic stop, officials say. Let's take a listen to the video.
And we are following some breaking news from Boston this morning where a police officer has been shot in Roxbury. Right now, we know that this all began with a traffic stop around 2 a.m. The suspect, who is a man in his 30s, began firing at officers. He was shot and killed. We're told the officer was hit in the upper torso, and he has non-life-threatening injuries and is being treated at Boston Medical Center right now. We'll continue to bring you updates as soon as they come in.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Local family police rescue injured owl. Fish and Game will make sure the barred owl gets the care it needs. An injured owl is being nursed back to health thanks to a Barnstead family, police, and New Hampshire Fish and Game said. According to the Barnstead Police Department's Facebook page, the Waver family found an injured barred owl and called BPD. The owl allowed them to wrap it in a blanket and even pet its head. BPD Officer Jonathan Marshall took the owl to New Hampshire Fish and Game to get the care it needs. And now let's take a look at your U.S. stock market and see how your U.S. stock market closed for this Friday evening. And here's a look at your U.S. stock market for this Friday evening. Your Dow Jones Industrial Average closed in the green and went up. Your Nasdaq closed in the green and went up. S&P 500 closed in the green and went up. Gold closed in the green and went up. Oil closed in the green and went up. U.S. 10-year closed in the red and went down. Euro/USD closed in flat. And VIX closed in the red and went down. Dow rises more than 180 points to retake 26,000 notches 9-week winning. Stocks rose on Friday as another round of trade talks between U.S. and China wrapped up, with investors increasingly more hopeful a deal will be struck. R. Kelly charged with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse. Let's take a listen to the video.
After years of sexual misconduct allegations, R&B star R. Kelly was charged Friday with 10 counts of aggravated criminal sexual abuse in Chicago. The news came a week after attorney Michael Avenatti said he gave Chicago prosecutors a new video showing Kelly having sex with an underage girl. Sexual misconduct charges involving women and underage girls have followed the 52-year-old singer for more than 2 decades.
Me still being here today.
Kelly and his attorneys have consistently denied all allegations. In August of 1994, the then 27-year-old Kelly married singer Aaliyah, only 15 at the time, at a suburban Chicago hotel. Court records showed the marriage was later annulled, and the two refused to confirm it happened.
The Chicago Sun-Times contacted the Chicago Police Department.
On February 8, 2002, the Chicago Sun-Times reported it received a video allegedly showing Kelly having sex with a minor. On that same day, Kelly performed at the opening ceremonies for the Winter Olympics in Salt Lake City.
There's been a warrant issued for his arrest, and the Chicago Police Department is currently seeking to arrest Mr. Kelly.
Later that year, R. Kelly was indicted by a grand jury with 21 counts of child pornography. In 2008, jurors acquitted him on all accounts.
This has been a terrible ordeal for him and his family.
And at this point, all he wants to do is move forward and try to put it behind him.
In the years that followed, the Grammy-winning singer continued making music, performing, and collaborating with other artists.
It's an honor to be here performing on the stage with her, first of all, for the second time. It's just unbelievable.
Kelly is one of the top-selling recording artists of all time. But the public pressure against him has been mounting recently, setting the stage for another Me Too-era celebrity trial. A BBC documentary released last year and a multi-part Lifetime documentary called Surviving R. Kelly, released in January, detailed allegations that Kelly was holding women against their will and running a slave cult.
Drop R. Kelly!
Activists responded. Using the hashtag #MuteRKelly, they called on streaming services to drop the singer's music and for promoters not to book any more concerts. Now, 17 years after that first indictment comes another, amid heightened pressure to hold powerful men to account on allegations of sexual assault. Noreen Nasser, The Associated Press.
Okay, and there you go on that video. And that does it for the Riley King Newscast right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great rest of your Friday night, and I'll see you back here tomorrow for another newscast. And I'll have a news report coming up in a little bit. Good night, everyone. Bye.